Hello and welcome everyone. So in this tutorial we are going to learn about switch control flow statement. So why we are using switch statement in the Java. We are using to select one of the many code blocks to be executed. So like you can see here, I have written the value of the expression in switch statement is compared with the value of each cases. If there is a match, the associated block of code is executed. That I am going to discuss in the detail while coding. So here we are having few things, something like you can see syntax. So how we are declaring our syntax for the switch control flow statement. So here you are seeing switch, then we are giving some expression, and then we are having multiple cases with the break and default keyword. So here we are going to learn about case, switch and also default. Hope you have understood it till here, and all these important points about Java switch statement I am going to cover along with the coding. So now let's jump into our IDE where I am going to code everything step by step. As you already know, I am having one Java project. Inside source I am going to create one Java class. I will say something like switch statement of the class name and enter. After that I am going to write one main method from where we are going to start our coding. So let's say we are having one day, the day is 4. Now based on this 4th day we are going to check which is the day of the week. So here basically we are having 7 days in a week. Based on the 4th day we will use the switch statement to get which case will be executed based on multiple cases. So let me make some syntax, something like switch, and inside switch I am going to put days, and after days I am going to write one curly braces. Here let me put them day. So like you can see, I have declared switch keyword with the day, and inside this we are going to write case 1, and here I will say case 1, and inside that I am going to write something like system.out.println, and after that I am going to say the day is Monday. Let's say it's Monday. After that I am going to keep few more condition, and few condition will be something like this. Control C I will put, and I am going to paste it here. So it will be pasted from here. So let me copy this code from here, and I am going to put something like this: the case 2, case 3, case 4, case 5, 6 and 7, something like this. Here I am going to make some changes. It will be like 2, it is going to be 3, and after that 4, 5, 6 and 7. So after that here we have seen few things, like everywhere it is Monday, then I am going to make it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then Friday. After that Friday we are going to use Saturday, and at the last we are going to make it Sunday. Now let's understand how this is going to work. After that I am going to run this class, and I will show you how it is working. Now let me show you the output. Here Thursday is coming. Why is that? Because the execution is not validating here, because the day is 4. The thing which is matching here is 4, and after that all the conditions here are executing after matching 4, because 4 is a Thursday, and other 3 things are not printing in our console because we are seeing this. The case which is the 4 is not matching till here. It will start from here, and there is no break statement. Other values are printing here along with Thursday. Now what are the things that can be done? So first thing that I am going to put here is called break. So what will happen here, break will return its statement and come out of the code block. Now let me put this break everywhere and I will show you how the changes will reflect after writing this break. So let me remove this from here and I am going to put few more breaks in the entire weekdays, and now you will see how it will behave after putting the break. And let me run the class, and here if you will say that only Thursday is printing. Why only Thursday is printing? Because all these cases here earlier was not matching till 3. So here in the fourth condition, case 4, it is saying the day matches is 4th and we are only printing the 4th, that is Thursday. And after that Thursday, break statement is being executed and it comes out of the block because it is not matching any other condition. So in case number is 5th here, let me write number 5. What will be the output? So I am running this code again and you will see that day 5th is a Friday. Like you are seeing here, there are some important points that we need to remember while writing switch statement. So here it is saying that the allowed type in the switch expression must be int, long, byte, double, not double, short, enum and string type. So it is telling it is a string type. Primitives are allowed with their wrapper types. So that let me show you first these things. In case we are using anything other than int, byte and short, it will give some issue. Now let me put few things and I am going to put double because double was not mentioned, and I am going to put double here. So let me make it double and let's see what are the issues that we are seeing. So at the time of switch statement day only, it says incompatible type found double. It required char, byte, short in character, and these things that you are seeing are the wrapper type of its primitive data types. If you can see that for the char it is being big character, for the byte it is starting from capital byte, and for the short everything is like capital S and then short start. For the int, wrapper type is integer. So like you can understand, now moving forward we are going to check for the strings and enum. So how we are going to do with the string? Now let's say I am going to define something like string, and string I will say that this is Sunday. So here I am going to say simple day and it is going to be something like Sunday. Let me say that it is Sunday, correct? And here it says Sunday. Now here we have to change something like string because it is given into the int. Now let me put something. I am going to put say capital S here, Sunday. Now I am going to put Monday here in this case, and I am going to put something like Tuesday here in this case. So for that we have to put some commas, that is set to be quotes. So here I have kept quotes and it is working. So here for the Tuesday also we have given quotes. Now let me make it for the Wednesday, and I am going to make some quote for this Wednesday, and here we can see that we are using here something like Thursday. After that we are going to put this for the Friday, and here for the Friday I am putting quotes. After that I will put for the Saturday. Now next I am going to put for the Sunday, and you can see there is no compilation issue. Now let me run this program, and here it is saying that the day is Sunday. You can see clearly in console that only Sunday is printing in the entire statement. Now let me make it something like Tuesday here in the data. It means the statement which we are using switch is also allowing us to use string. Now you can see the console that says it is a Tuesday. After that we are going to say that what are the wrapper types. Now what could be the wrapper types that I was telling you? Let me undo this program and I am going to explain you what is a wrapper type. So let me do this again from starting, and I am going to say this what is a data type that we are using is a wrapper. So this time we are going to make primitive of its data type. So like you remember in the last time we had int here. In case you were seeing that day is the 5th, we were printing Friday, but the data type was here int. Now it says this condition says primitives are allowed with their wrapper classes. So the wrapper classes for the int is something like integer, and I'm going to run this program and let's see whether it is working or not. So let me run this program and I will show you how the Friday is printing. So here you can clearly say that the Friday is working perfectly with their wrapper class. Now next thing that we have, another thing that we are going to check is the another condition, like let me put the 6, and after that it is printing perfectly or not. So for your satisfaction let me show you the case 6 that is going to print is Saturday. So based on multiple cases we can select one case, that is the 6 here. So this switch statement is used to select one of multiple cases. Now few things that I need to discuss more here. Break statement is optional, like you can see in my screen. So now let me go there and I am going to remove it. Remove some breaks from here. So what will happen? Let me remove this from here and I am going to run it. So let me run this, and what it is saying, it is printing Saturday where there is no break. Let me remove this break also, and how the behavior of program will happen. So let me show you the Saturday and Sunday both are going to print, because the case that is 6 is matching with the Saturday, it is printing, and there is no break. That is why it is not going out of our condition, and that is why it is also printing Sunday as well. So break is optional. In case you want to use break you can use, otherwise it is not required, but mostly we are using break. Operation will be less in that. Now the next thing that I want to discuss, that is one more case that we were talking about, is default, where we can use the default keyword. So here we are using default keyword. Let me show you how we can use default. So here after break I am going to put one more keyword. Let me say you default, and after default I am going to say that we are going to print something like system.out.println from here, and I am going to say that any days are not matching. In case the any day that we are giving 1 to 7 is not matching, it will say these days are not matching. Now let me give here something like 10, and what will happen? So let me run this and it will say days are not matching. So here you can see clearly why we are using default. In case any cases are not matching, then for giving some default message we are using this default, but this is also optional. As I have told you, this default case is also optional, no needed. Now in here we are saying no duplicates, so where we cannot use no duplicate. So let me show you the cases that we have declared in our switch statement. Here duplicate will not work. So let me make this 2 and 2. So here if you will see, this was also 2 and I made this condition case as a 2. So here it is saying duplicate level 2. So here duplicates will not work. Now let me jump to the another condition that I am going to talk about, no variables. So here no variables means what? So in the case statement only, if we want to keep something like int value something like 2. So here variables is not going to work. Why it is not going to work? Because it is the rule in the switch statement that variable cannot be declared inside the case statement. After that, in case you want to declare variable, you have to declare something like integer days is equals to 10. Another thing that it says, we can use literal or constant. So what are the literals that I have already explained you in the name of a string when I was declaring something like string date, and here I was saying it's like Monday. So here Monday, that you can see, let me make it more clear. So here if you can see, the Monday is a literal here. Now the third thing that we are seeing here, literal or constant. What are the constant? So let me define one constant and I will say you what is the constant. We have to declare it outside our upper method. So here let me say this, we are going to make it final, which is a constant. So here things will allow and it will work. Also we can put it somewhere here, so it will allow, and we are going to remove this. So here both the cases we can keep something like this. Now to make it more clear, I will put one more constant, and here I am going to show you. Let me put one number. So here I am going to say int 1, and here I am going to print 1. So what will happen, I am going to put something like this, and what will happen, this is constant we are using. For the 2 also we can create some constant more, something like this, and I'm going to print only few, not much. So here I'm going to make it two, and here I'm going to make it 3, and here I'm going to make it 4. After that I will declare their values 2 and 3 and 4. Now let me pass this value something like I want to get the Thursday. So for Thursday I have to make this value 4, and here I have to write something like days. So here I have already cleared that this is going to be constant and how we are going to create constant. Now let me remove this space from here. Also I will remove some space, and after that I am going to run the program and I will show you how the constants are going to work. So here if you can see, the day is 4, and here the constant that I have used here I am going to say is 4. So here this is also going to work. For the 3 I am going to make it 3, and for the 2 I am going to make it 2. So now you can clearly say that we are capable of using constant in our switch statement. I hope you are clear with the constant. This is how we are creating constant. With the help of final we are creating constant because we cannot change their value. Now what we are going to talk about next is, we were talking about enums. So everything you have seen that int long and byte short can be done, and string has also completed. Now the few steps that I am going to cover, that will be mostly about enum. So the switch statement that we are using also allows enum. I am going to remove this constant, and here I am going to declare something called public enum, and I will say days. So inside days I have declared one enum, and here after that I am going to paste some values, and after that I am going to say that I am going to use values from this enum. So how that can be done? So inside main method we have to get something like days. Here I have to declare it with the help of capital letter, and inside main method I will say that days is equals to, I am going to say this, days dot Sunday, or let's say Monday. After that what will happen here, I'm going to put all these days here, that is something here into the days, and inside that I'm going to put something like Monday here, and I will copy Tuesday here. After that I'm going to copy Wednesday here, and Thursday I'm going to copy here. Friday I will copy this in the fourth statement, and I'm going to copy Saturday. Same way I'm going to put here Saturday, and after that I will copy Sunday as well. So here we are done with our enums declaration. Also we have kept all those things in our cases. Now let me run this enums, and you can see we are capable of getting every day something like Monday. So when we are putting Monday here, we are getting Monday as an output. Now let me put this Thursday, and we will get Thursday as an output. So let me run this again, and we are going to get it Thursday. Hope you have understood how we have used our days with the help of enums to validate our cases in the switch statement. Now the next thing that I'm going to talk about here is a nested switch statement. So how nested statement can be done? So for that purpose I am going to write one new code from the starting, and I will tell you how the nested switch statement is going to work. Now let me remove this entire case, and from starting I am going to write one new case, and from here I am going to declare everything from the starting. So suppose we are having some value. Let's say we are having some value called int, and let me say I am going to put its variable name test1, and here I am going to put 1. After that I will declare one more variable, and I will say test2, and I am going to say the 2 test. Now after the value I have assigned 2 to all these things, I am going to validate switch statement. So for the switch statement, as you already know how we are going to make it switch. So inside switch I will say test1, and after that I am going to put one case, something like here. Now case first says here simply it will system.out.println, and after that here I am going to say that test1 value is 1. Like you can see, inside same I am going to put one more switch statement. This is going to be the nested switch statement. So let me copy it from here, and I am going to put one more statement. Inside this test1 I am going to pass this value test2. Correct? Now after this I will put one case here, and I will copy same thing from here, and I am going to paste it here. Now the case first will be, let me copy it one more time, and I will say case 1, case 2, and case 3. So before that I am going to put one break statement here, so that we don't get any problem in executing our program for getting exact result and more values we don't want to print here. Now here we are having some more things. Here I will say 1, and after that I am going to say it 2. So in the first condition I will say that the test2 is 1. Here I will say that test2 is 1. And another thing that I am going to say that test2 is 2. This is nothing but a message we are giving that test1 is 1 and test2 is 2. This is just normal for the understanding of our nested switch statement. And here instead of case I am going to say default, and after default I will remove this. Every time I am going to put this break. So let me put this break here, and also after these things I am going to put break. Now what will happen next? After that I will say there is one break, Now I will declare case 2. This case 2 will be for the first switch statement that I am going to write after this break. So let me put this, and here I will say case 2, and I will print few values saying test1 is 2. Yes, test1 is 2 here. Just don't get bother about yourself. I will explain everything line by line. Now after that I am going to say that break it. Now I am going to use this default values. So why I am using default value? So that we can give some value. Test1 here I will say that test1 is neither 1 and nor 2, and we are going to break this statement. Let me format this code and I will show you how we are going to run it. Now let me run this code and we will see the output. So here it is saying test1 value is 1 and test2 value is 2, which is very clear. We have seen here in the our declaration of variable. So how this is going to work? Let me show you this with the help of debug and what will happen. So like you can see, the debugger has come here, and I'm going to jump step by step with the help of step over thing. So first thing, it is saying test2. First it is saying test1 where value is 1, and when we are putting value 1, it is saying test1 value is 1. And here when it will come to the next statement, that it is matching with the value 2, because the value of test2 is 2, not 1. Now next time it will break here and it will come out of default, and only 2 value will be printed, that you can see here clearly in the console. Now let me finish this program and I will show you how things are going to work. So here you have seen that test1 and test2 is working. So I hope you have understood nested switch statement is working. A switch statement inside switch is called nested switch statement. Same way you can also try for other example. I hope you guys have understood it a lot. In case you are having any problem, you can comment it out in the below section. Thank you. Bye bye.